Who are you? I'm Granger, Silverhammer. Tell me, did Stanner reach you? Yes. But he died before he could tell me what was happening. Stanner. He hangs his head for a moment. How did he die? He perished in a horrible Zeppelin crash. A Zeppelin? What is that? It's an airship. A boat that flies, suspended under a large balloon. What? I've never heard such a thing. How is that possible? The world has changed greatly since you've been here. Oh my god. No doubt driven by dwarven ingenuity and technological advances. Well, after Bates' engine, the humans began developing machines. So our folly haunts us once again. If only we had harnessed that boy's ideas. What might have been? Well, that is of no consequence now. If we hadn't made some error in judgment, the Dark Elves could exploit, another clan would have. You sure? So what happened? The Dark Elves had been lying in wait, looking for a way to bring some dwarves over to this side. They knew that technology would eventually weaken the worlds to the point of failure, but they decided to accelerate the process. They needed a machine to open the rift back up by distorting the already weakened worlds. An elf couldn't make a machine to save his life. And then Bates made his steam engine. Exactly, somehow they convinced King Loger to banish us. We were shocked, to say the least, but our king had spoken. We were told our banishment was to the Isle of Despair, but this is where we ended up. We can only assume our king knew nothing of their true intent. Well, I don't believe he did. As soon as we arrived here, we were beaten mercilessly and thrown in chains. As our work progressed on the gate, Stanner formulated a plan. As soon as the gate had any functionality, he would go through and attempt to ward the other side. We knew that his absence would be noticed, and that they would try to stop him. He began preparation to disguise himself as a gnome. He starved himself to the point of sickness, and when the gate was near readiness, he shaved his beard. He believed that the full responsibility for what had befallen us was his. He would do whatever he thought was necessary to make things right, even that. What happened after? They tortured some of the clan to force us to reveal his plans, but we wouldn't break. We knew they needed us to finish the gate, and we had been disabling the gate in various ways for months. For all they knew, we still had months ahead of us to finish the thing, when we could have been finished months before. They killed half of the clan in a last effort to force us to talk. We still did not break, and now we are all that is left of our once great clan. Well, now you're free. We plan on getting back from here, so you're going to come with us. This is all that's left of them. Oh well. We don't need any of this, really. Because I suppose this unidentified, yeah.
What can I do?
Take some jewels. We need to go this way around. My god, this poor clan. Seriously. Oh, you're coming? Let's see if I can get him too. Yep. Mr.Dixon is done with this BS. Hello. I don't think I can get behind him. Maybe I can get sort of behind him. There's another one. Mr. Dixon, can you reach him? I don't think... Oh, there is more. Guys, you need to deal with that. Now I will deal with this one. Everybody here? We have Sebastian, yes. Oh well, this room looks interesting. There is 4 of these. So it's gonna be fine. I will try and pull this off. Maybe. Are you prowling, Mr. Dixon? I cannot tell, really. Come on, Sog. And now, well, to have some more.
Splendid! I applaud your talent at smiting fools.
Thank you. You guys brawling? No, come on. Whoa! No, you don't.
Good shows. Good show. Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
Come on. There we go. What is Sebastian? Oh, he's there. It's really like like a school trip. Where is everybody? Count yourselves. Do they have anything? I don't think so. Nah. Let's move on.
Greetings. Long have I waited for your arrival, and finally this moment has come. I am Kerghan, first of the necromancers, voyager in the lands of the dead.
I see, not exactly the person we originally expected.
I would think not. Although the presence of Aranax tells me you already know much of my tale. At least as much as he deemed necessary in order to bring you into his confidence.
I hate to impose, but could you tell me what's going on here? That's so Mr. Dixon. He is done. He's not taking any more BS, but he's still a hobbit. Let's see if we can talk circles around this guy.
Very well. Hear my story and decide for yourself. I know that your road has been long, as has my own. Perhaps we might yet see eye to eye.
And then we have this. Enjoy these words. They'll be your last. No, okay, go on.
In Arcanum, I was a mage of great power. The only human to ever sit on the great Elven Council. For 200 years I studied the magics of necromancy, the arts of physical and spiritual healing, the resurrection of the souls of the dead.
And so, what happened? We actually know this because we have read his journal.
Perhaps it is just the way of humans. But what I had seen and learned was not enough. I craved knowledge, felt the shadow of my own mortality. And so, I looked deeper, and the secrets of black necromancy were shown to me. And I reveled in the truths I had uncovered, and I shared them with the council.
Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Dixon would say this. He's not really... he's probably not even listening. He doesn't really have an opinion on that, such strong opinion, but yeah, of course he thinks necromancy is bad. He has seen enough of it to think it's bad, and he's wary of magic, so there. But he's also a little bit confused. He doesn't understand why sometimes humans, sometimes elves, sometimes dwarves get blinded by this this thirst for knowledge that ends up ruining their lives. If only they just go on with their lives and mind their own businesses.
That sad puppet council. They didn't know what to think, and how could they? These were new discoveries. There were no precedents. And they listened to Aranax over the voice of their own reason.
What do you mean? What does Aronax have to do with this?
Aranax. From the very beginning he hated me. Son of Nasrudin, proud elven heir to the leadership of the council. He saw my presence on the council as a travesty, a dishonor to the ways of magic. He waited for an opportunity to defame me, and when it came, he viciously attacked.
Yeah, why? Well, what happened?
My studies were of the souls of the dead. Once I had seen the darker side of necromancy, I began to speak with those souls, to animate the soulless, to quench the lives of the living.
Well, can't you see how some might see those actions as evil?
The bodies I experimented upon were already dead. If I raised their souls to again quench them, who is to say I didn't have the right? I'm no monster. I know that the line between good and evil is a gray one, and perhaps all of my actions weren't necessarily pure. But I never killed a living soul.
I won't believe that. Still, you don't make sense.
And who are you or they to judge me? And banishment? Banishment for some questionable experiments? The council was prepared to exile me, to throw me out of their number. But no. The jealousy of Aranax turned them against me, forced their hand. His words became the evidence against me, and they sentenced me to the void.
Yeah, and eventually Aronax was sent here as well.
Yes, for the same crime on a grander scale.
Really?
When we met here in the void, I had become so much more powerful than he, and again he feared my words, and he made war against me. And now he is in chains, and this void has truly become his prison. Not so for me.
He's here. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried that he's not interacting. Maybe he's not being recognized as freed. I have no idea. So what do you mean?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magician who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
Again with this thing about the knowledge and... oh god, I don't understand, says Mr.Dixon, truly.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
Fine, then stay here and leave our world be. I don't care.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what? What is it that you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within, and lay there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable, peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great, dead sea, not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead, called to them from this side, pulled them from their silent rest? Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain. Pain when torn into this wakefulness, this reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos. I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
Nah, I don't feel anything. It's Mr. Dixon. Nah. Where is Mr. Dixon, by the way? I cannot see him. Anyway, I completely agree with Kerghan. I think I share his philosophy. Absolutely. I understand him completely. The point is that you cannot impose your view on others. That's the point. You can think like he thinks and be a full nihilist, which I am too, but still you cannot impose, this view on others. You can just think that everybody feels as you do. Some people do enjoy life and have beautiful lives. Maybe you're just, well, I have been deeply unlucky, but maybe this guy is unlucky too, but I think he pushed it a little bit too far with his experimentations. He definitely went too far. Especially since he was in a good position and he could have achieved so many things. There are two kinds of nihilism, the one that you acquire and the one that you don't. There are some people that are born nihilists. I suppose that's a different sort of way to look at things that I don't care of, says Mr. Dixon.
Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you?
Yes, Virgil?
What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of, felt the peace and serenity of that great dead sea. It's not something I'll ever forget.
What are you saying, Virgil? Do you agree with Kerghan?
Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow. But there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you, whatever your choice.
Oh, Virgil, you can have the one without the other, you know. You can. Thank you, Virgil. Well, Mr. Dixon doesn't really care. All this talking, he doesn't feel it. He wants to get this business done. He has things to do. And by the way, he's enjoying his life. So, well, thank you, Virgil. As for you, Kerghan?
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
Yes. I suppose that's an interesting point of view. But, well, I can see the merit it holds.
And why not? I realize that you follow the way of the righteous, or at least that's the role you've decided to play. But you've yet to see the other side. Follow me, and I'll show you things you've never imagined.
Well, your offer is tempting, perhaps.
Are you daft, man? Are you not listening to what this madman is proposing? He will kill every living being in both realms, including you.
Aronnax, shut up. I think I can convince him he's wrong.
I think you have taken leave of your senses. I will allow you this attempt at a peaceful resolution, even though I doubt it has much hope of success.
Just shut up, please. Now, Kerghan, if I have a few words to say about this...
Splendid. I've spent the last 2,000 years developing my philosophy, but I'm always eager to hear another's thoughts. Please, proceed.
Very well, let's speak of the nature of life and death. Imagine Mr. Dixon speaking of the nature of life and death.
Yes, let us speak of this. It is my opinion that the nature of life is accidental, that this reality we experience is merely a distortion of death. What say you, traveler?
As you have said, I have only my experience to draw from.
Yes. But what has that experience taught you? I know not the roads you've traveled, but I do know that all living things feel pain and loss. It's my opinion that they feel these things because they were never meant for what we know as life. Their souls are not equipped for it.
Well, hold on, that assumption is based on your experience. Yeah, but also isn't it... Yeah. Isn't it presumptuous of you to make that decision for everyone?
What? It is for the strong to make decisions such as these. What some people call presumption or fanaticism, I call solidity of purpose. I'm not sure that you've the strength of character to understand what I'm saying.
Yes, but your decisions are based on your experience.
Yes, you're correct. I concede you that point. But I have seen both sides, whereas you have only the lands of the living. Trust me when I say that the souls who are called back to this life are in the most excruciating pain. It's unnatural.
Yes, but perhaps that is the nature of those particular souls?
What do you mean? Are you faulting the souls of the dead for the meddlings of the living?
Well, there is no rhyme, no reason, it's just the way things are. Yeah, that's it. And it's also fate. I mean, I don't believe in fate, but it's nature that some will suffer and some will rest in peace. But Mr. Dixon is not really interested in, in all this philosophy. Well, I think some souls are in pain because they hold on too tightly. Yeah, because Mr. Dixon is very light-hearted and he just does. Maybe he's also very lucky, but still.
But you speak as if these souls have a choice when they're brought back. It's the mindless bravado of the living that subjects them to the vagaries of this life.
Well, no, but the pain is of their own making.
I'm willing to say you might be correct. But what proof have you?
Well, I've spoken with souls who weren't in pain. Well, yeah. Mr. Dixon could make up something.
Just because some souls have accepted the nature of this distortion doesn't justify its existence. If what you're saying is correct, then what is the nature of death? Of life? Which is the natural state? Why is there pain on one side and uncertainty on the other?
Mr. Dixon doesn't want to talk about this anymore. He's developing an headache. The distortion is caused by the eyes with which we chose to see.
Perhaps it is my own arrogance, my own bravado that has brought us here to this crossroads. The question is, where do we go from here? We've spoken of fate, of prophecy. Have I traveled this road too long to turn back? Perhaps I have no choice but to continue on to the end.
Oh, well, there is a solution. We can free you once and for all.
Truly, I wish there were freedom for me. But I cannot let go of this life knowing that I might be called back to its pain. No, it seems I have no choice.
Well, if I was dead, I wouldn't want to be called for another life either. Because, I don't know, is this implying that in Arcanum there is a reincarnation? Well, yes, it is possible. Yeah, but the souls don't remember, otherwise everybody would remember who they've been in the previous lives. What a mess. I have the Vendigroth device. It will sever you from this world forever. Imagine that.
Really? You can sever the bonds which hold my soul to the lands of the living? This object can actually do that?
Yes, of course. Patent pending, but I can free you from the pain that you fear.
So many years I've raged against the living. All those years, and the distortion was in my own soul. No man can see the nature of his flaws with diseased eyes. The contradiction lies within. Yes.
Thank you. It has been interesting talking with you. Now, can we use this?
Yes, I thank you. And I'm sorry. So very, very sorry. Perhaps some souls are born into death. They never knew how to live.
Oh God, I need this sentence on a t-shirt. I think you might be right, Kerghan. Now go.
Goodbye, traveler. My road ends here. I wish you luck on yours.
Mr. Dixon is a very lucky hobbit. Bye-bye. He's literally leaving.
The defeat of Lucan and his henchmen, coupled with your freeing of the ghost of Bessie Toon, enabled Shrouded Hills to grow and become a thriving community once again. A new silver vein is discovered in the old Bessie Toon mine. Workers pour into town by the dozens, and within a few years, Shrouded Hills is a bustling boomtown. Such towns often have problems keeping the peace. Shrouded Hills has no such trouble, mainly due to the efforts of their new sheriff, Doc Roberts. Following the deaths of Pollock and Darian Mogg, the Boyle was demolished and then built anew. The Bentley was renovated and became the most elegant hotel in Tarant. The owner, the Honorable Mr. Caleb Molloy, is often seen mixing drinks for his guests in the hotel bar. Maximilian was returned to Dernholm, and all of Cumbria rejoiced in the return of their rightful king. Under the new rule of Maximilian, Cumbria quickly grew into a powerful nation, embracing both magic and technology. And once again, the proud banner of the Dragon Knights flew from the ramparts of Dernholm Castle, set there by their new captain, Liana Peldar. Because of your mediocre performance in negotiating the terms for Caledon's membership into the unified kingdom, tensions between Caledon and Tarant run high. In a few short years, there is war between the two kingdoms. Hieronymus Maxim, with the new funding he received, built an armada of airships. Caledon, with this new technology, eventually won the war. The long-standing deception of the Panari by the Dark Elves was finally brought to light. Alexander became the new high priest of the Panari, and he wrote a new chapter for the Archaeon based on his experiences with the Living One. Because you convinced the mayor of Blackroot to rejoin Cumbria, there is a small struggle between Maximilian and the Industrial Council concerning ownership of the town. Maximilian was determined to defend his own, and he was successful in doing so. Under the protection of their new king, Blackroot grew into one of the most important port cities in all of Arcanum. Loghaire Thunderstone never returned to his people, and a distraught and confused Ranver assumed leadership over the Wheel clan. Without a strong king, the Dwarven clan splintered, and a bloody war followed. Magnus Shalefist, chieftain of the new Iron Clan, rallied an army behind him and quickly put an end to the conflict. Eventually, he was known as King of the Dwarves and led them to a new and golden age. The Bedouin continued to live in the Dark Fens, fighting here and there with loggers and poachers, but mainly keeping to themselves. They continued to live the primitive lives of nomad hunters, and they never spoke with the elves of Kintara again. Upon returning to Arcanum, Arronax buried his father on the Isle of Thanatos. Later he traveled to the Vendigroth Wastes, and there used his powers and single-handedly raised the city from the ruins it had become. Vendigroth again became a place of awe and wonder.
Well, thank you very much for following this Let's Play. It's ended. Thank you for the comments, the likes, and for watching, really. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will play this game for yourself and try different backgrounds, different races, and being attached, why not? Or a mage instead of just a tiefling like Mr.Dixon was. There will be nothing following this Let's Play because I think, well, I'm pretty busy. I don't think I can keep up another Let's Play, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I could do something blind, like Knights of the Old Republic, for example, that I've never played. Otherwise, maybe Fallout 1, like Fallout the original. But I've already played that, and I'm enjoying playing new games and doing blind Let's Plays of them. So I don't know. Well, in any case, thank you again very much, and Please buy this game. Please try it for yourself. Have fun.